There we go. All right, let me present this. Maybe. Oh, present full screen. We can do it. Okay. All right, cool. So we decided on covering the vital behaviors tonight because I feel like they were talked about heavy like a couple years ago, and then all of a sudden they've like disappeared. And truly, this is what like your day-to-day business should revolve around. And I don't even know if anyone in the chat knows what the vital behaviors are. So we're gonna go over them. I have 3 different options for an activity tracker for you that's you can use every day depending on what you like. One I bought, one I found, and one is the one from Body. So obviously if you have questions, please ask us, unmute yourself, put them in chat, whatever you want to do. So 4 vital behaviors: proof the products work, invite, 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 do personal development, and recognition. So the cool thing about these 4 things is these are like the pillars of your activities that you do every day. So if you're thinking about your day and you're like, I don't know what else to do as a coach today, these 4 pillars are the things that you should be doing. So we're going to dive into each one of them and kind of talk about how you can actually use them in your social media to grow your business. So be proof of the products. I didn't proofread any of this. So if y'all see spelling mistakes, just, you know. Anyway, be proof the products work. So how are we going to do that? So obviously your journey comes first no matter what. We always say that like your business should come first. You should come first, then your business, then your like coaches and people underneath of you kind of thing. Like this graphic and stuff I made was like the last thing that I did today when I worked, because I worked out, then I did my invites, then I poured into my team, and then I made the graphics. So if you're starting your day with like, I need to make a graphic instead of inviting, we need to flip those around. So obviously using the supplements and sharing why they have helped you, not helped me, not helped Carl, how they have helped you and your person. Now, I will tell you that if you don't use a supplement, your people probably will not use it either. I don't use the collagen, and I don't know of any of my clients that actually use the collagen. Maybe you do. I don't know. But I am a pre-recover and Shakeology girl through and through. Those are pretty much the 3 that I use. There's tons of other ones, but those are going to be the 3 that people are like either buy from you as like a standalone. It's going to be what people pivot to when they're building a cart because they see you use it. Now, when you take those products, sure, it's cool that you have pre-workout, but like, why are you using that pre-workout? I can talk about how I started using that pre-workout before I ever started a program with Body. I got the pre-workout because it was approved and I knew it was clean, it was safe, and I could use it while I was pregnant. So that's the whole reason I got started with it. The reason I use it now is because it's clean. My sister-in-law actually uses a pre-workout that she has to order from overseas because it is banned in the United States because it has Adderall in it. And she's like, your stuff doesn't work. I'm like, well, duh. You're drinking drugs. So of course mine is not going to touch you. But like these are the small things that like some people might even know. I don't even know if anybody on here knows, but like supplements are not regulated by the FDA. So they can literally put anything they want in this stuff. Okay. That OWYN shake, OWYN or whatever it's called, it's literally banned in California. It's banned because of its lead levels. There's so much to know about these supplements. There's actually a training tab. I'm still on this one little bullet, y'all. There's a training tab in your back office where you can learn all about the supplements. The science behind these things are something that you should definitely dive into when you have like free time is to like understand what the stuff you're actually putting in your body does. And then it's going to help you share better. Um, Take your audience on the journey with you. So I cannot stress this enough. This is literally the key to your business, I feel like. If you are starting a program, take them on that journey. And I don't just mean like, hey, here's my workout for the day. I mean everything that went along with that journey. You could do, have you seen the videos like a day in the life? That's what your social media should look like. A day in the life of Ashley, who's doing Dig Deeper, who's a mom with 3 kids, that drinks a shake, that's eating healthy, that's going on a walk. That's my whole day. And that's what I'm sharing. So if you're taking them on a journey with you, that could be something as simple as like making a video of you putting your new bench together. It could be you hanging up your workout calendar and you checking it off. It could be showing them the library of workouts. It could be, I don't know, getting into your fitness clothes. It could be sharing a link to your favorite fitness clothes. Like all this stuff adds up and it builds the trust that people are seeing that you're actually doing the crap that you're trying to sell. Because this business is based off of trust, and that trust comes from you. It doesn't, nobody is paying $179 for something they can't even physically see until they have access to it. Does that make sense? Would you go pay $179 for Netflix? Probably not. But if my best friend was telling me that she watched all these movies on Netflix that have changed her life and it's the greatest thing she's ever watched, I trust her. So then I'm going to go spend $179 to buy this thing. So you are the key to this business. Commit to a program in full. And I don't mean like stick a toe in, stick a toe out, do the hokey pokey and spin yourself about. In full. If you can do start to finish, get yourself results, I promise you, you will have people at your doorstep. I cannot stress that enough either. If you look at Kylie, I still was about to say Kalia because that's how I read her name. My little Spanish friend, she's not Spanish. Um, but her results from Dig Deeper were insane. And literally the moment she posted it, people were like, I want to do that. So that's how she's literally, what, I don't even know, 3 weeks into this business with probably close to 10 people underneath of her. 10, like all the time. It's amazing. Get yourself results. That builds the trust. It's going to show that you are going to be there for them in their hard moments because you were there for yourself in the hard moments. Use a meal plan. I have not used a meal plan in quite some time, and I cannot wait to get into my new house and actually follow one because a lot of people are struggling with nutrition. Like workouts are cool, workouts are great, but what people are truly struggling with on their weight loss journey is a meal plan. So if you can master a meal plan and share that every day, like your little cups, you're like, what's that, girl? They're like, it's macros the easy way. You don't have to count, blah, blah, blah. People are going to come to you because you have mastered this thing. And that's how Natasha Pearson was the #1 coach the past 2 years in a row, is because she mastered 2B mindset and hit close to SE 200. It was always between like 2 and 500 SC. Okay, that's 100 to 200, 300 people a month. No big deal, right? Anything you want to add, Shay?
Nope, not to that one.
Okay. Invite, invite, invite. The hardest part of this business, truly. And it's only hard because we tell ourselves that it's hard. Make sure you always have something to invite to. Whether that's a challenge group, it's a secondary challenge group, a free group, a client sneak peek, a coach mentorship, something. And more than likely, you know, you're me and Shay's coaches. So we have stuff for you guys to invite to. Use it. Tweak it how you want it to be, like to fit your people, but have something to invite to. That's why I came up with the whole every 2 weeks we're going to do a new person group. where they're going to go through 20-minute program for a week together. So that starts Monday, my girls. Always have combos going. So the goal is to wake up with notifications in your inbox. If you are not waking up with notifications in your inbox, I mean, you're not having enough conversations, which means you are not going to have anyone to invite. Make sure your store is always open. So I've said this on the last call, and it's one of my favorite analogies is if a store was closed for 3 days, but they said they were open, and you went there 3 times and they weren't open, would you go back again? Probably not. Because here's the thing. If someone's following you for fitness advice, they're probably following someone else for fitness advice. And if you don't show up, they're going to go to the other person because they showed up. So I don't care if you take a picture of something that you're not even doing, you fake a workout, you put some pre in a shaker bottle and you talk about it, put something on your stories. Do not ghost. I've been doing this for 4 years and I have never not had a story on my feed. Call to action daily. If you are trying to hit Success Club, you have not hit Success Club, there needs to be a call to action up daily. That could be a poll, it can be a swipey, it can be a link, it can be a hey, message me the word fit. It could be a post, it could be a story, something so that they know that they can join you. Because to this day, 4 years in, people are still like, I don't know what you do. I'm like, girl, we talk like every 3 days on social media. You have no clue what I do. Like, and it's kind of mind boggling. And I'm not just saying that, I swear to you. Start with your close friends and family in your life. I know those are like the hardest people, truly. Because those people you feel like are going to judge you, you're going to take that no kind of hard. But think of it this way. I heard it on the call last night that if you get a no, that means you can move on. It doesn't mean like, no, they hate you or they think you're stupid. It just means no, it's not for them. If you get that no, you can move on. Move on to the next person and keep it rolling. I'm going to skip 10 and play real quick because I'm going to say, think of it like a birthday party. This is one of my favorite little things I have ever heard about this business. If I was having a birthday party and I put it up on social media and was like, hey, everybody, I'm having a party at blah, blah, blah restaurant, 6 o'clock Friday, you're invited. Now, if you're not one of my coaches, would you show up? Probably not, right? Like, you don't know me. You're like, she's not talking to me, right? No. But what if I sent you a personal message and was like, hey, girl, I'm having a party Friday night, your energy, your vibe. I want you there. Let's hang out. I would love for you to be there. I bet you'd come, right? So, like, that's what this business is about. That's what an invite is. An invite is not, hey, buy this product for me so I can hit Success Club. It's, hey, I love what I do every day. I love how I feel. And I think you'd be a great fit for our group. That's what an invite is. And then 10 and play, you've probably heard it a million times by now. There's a training in the Body's Partner app. If you don't have that, you need to download that. It is the 10-step something, something, something. There is a video in there that explains 10 and play, but essentially it's a list of 10 people that you are working on to either get a yes or no from. And once you get a yes or a no, you replace them. So you're always working on 10 people. Like to add anything?
Yeah, I do have one thing to add.
Okay.
Okay, so the store analogy. There's so many ways that it can come into play. And I want you to just take a second and listen to this because I think sometimes we sign our first customer or we sign our first partner, and then after the first month, they decide they don't want their supplements anymore or something. And now we're like, oh my God, now I don't have a business. If you had, let's just say, a clothing boutique and one person came in and bought something, does that make your whole business? No. You have to continue bringing people into your store and you have to continue, obviously, to sell. But one thing that helped my brain understand that, like, Yes, I got a sale. Yes, I brought somebody in. Yes, I hired an employee, right, with one of your partners coming on with you, but I can't guarantee that employee is going to sell anything. I have to continue to make sure that I'm doing my part, marketing, putting myself out there, keeping my doors open, networking, which means connecting constantly with people. But just keep that in mind that like if you make a sale or you sign a partner and the next month they decide they don't want to do it or they cancel their preferred customer, whatever it might be, your business is not going to be made off that one person, that one sale, or that one partner. So keep adding, keep doing the vital behaviors.
100%. Because the people that will get you to your big rank that you're shooting for will probably not be the same people that get you to that next rank. Sadly, that's how it is. Unless you have unicorns that stay around, which is the best. Okay, personal development. I feel like this is the one that gets overlooked a lot because it kind of just seems like this silly little thing that you don't need to do. But I promise you, if you start doing it, you'll see it and you'll feel it. So every day you need to figure out what works for you. And this can be different every single day. Read or listen to some sort form of personal development. You can listen to a podcast, you can listen to an audiobook, you can listen to a training. That's PD, right? You can read a book. I have sure we have tons of recommendations if y'all need one. Something you're struggling with should be the thing that you're listening to or reading. So if I'm struggling right now with um, I'm really bad at comparing myself to others. So I'm reading Comparisonitis and the book Worthy because my confidence is high, but my worthiness is not. So we are working on that. At least 10 minutes a day. So what I do when I am getting ready in the morning, so I work out, get my kids ready, whatever, and then I go to the bathroom, like wash my face, do all that kind of stuff. While I'm doing that, I press play on something. So whether it's a podcast, whether it's our Growth Day app, something. So while I'm standing there, I can listen to it. You can also do this like in your car, on a commute. It's a great time to do it. Or if you have free time during the day, read. I would highly recommend doing this before you send invites. Make your brain feel all good and mushy gushy, and you're like, I'm unstoppable. And then you go send invites. Best thing ever. Figure out what works for you. Depending on the day, it might be different, but you need to find a system that you can habit stack together. That way, you know when you're actually going to do it. So, like, you get up in the morning, right? What's the first thing you go do? You probably go pee, you'll probably brush your teeth, you probably drink some water. All those things are things that you have habit stacked together without even thinking about it. So what if you can take like your workout, your PD, all that stuff and stack it together so that way it's not these like foreign things in your day that just feel weird. So try that. Grow your mindset, your skill set, and your confidence. I cannot stress this enough that if you are struggling with something, please listen to personal development or read something. It will change the way you think, the way you move, the way you are. And depending on the season of life that you're in, it will change. Pump up your mood and brain. Anything you'd like to add?
No, just don't ever be afraid to like reach out or get in the chat and just say, I'm struggling with this. Do you guys have any suggestions? Because I've been in
Yes.
business for 6 years, so the amount of personal development books I've read is really kind of stupid. But I will say it's free therapy. Like
Mhm.
it really is free therapy. You get to work through things that like are tough, but you get to work through it at your own pace. And if there was one thing that I told you that like if someone came up to me and said if I could do one thing per day that would change my business outside of inviting, it would be personal development. Because I truly believe that your business is only going to grow as much as you do as a person. Because I don't know, I call it my level. So at each level of life that I unlock, I find out something completely new about myself, or I learn a new way to communicate, or something of the sort. So don't ever be afraid to reach out. I am in a group called Haven, and that is more of like a personal thing. But then I'm also doing Growth Day. My business is paying for it. I will say that they did reach out to me today, I think, to kind of sell me on something, but I politely was just like, oh my God, that's so great. I'm not interested in investing in anything else the rest of this year. And the person actually responded nicely. So understand that like he is running a business, so he will be promoting his mastery on his daily fire, but I have learned a lot about myself in those too. But just constantly flooding your ears with good things, personal development. I struggle with my worthiness too, and that book Worthy, it's nowhere close to me, otherwise I'd show you, but it's really making me understand. Yes, there it is. It's really making me understand the difference between self-confidence and self-worth. And I don't think I realized that, like, yes, I have self-confidence, but my self-worth is like, we got work to do. But I didn't even realize that, right? Like each book you unlock this new key to a different success of something. So PD should be mandatory.
Lots of like aha moments. You're like, that's why I am the way I am. And it makes sense, which also ties into this because I heard this before too. If you are struggling with what to post on social media, as far as like a post or a reel, what did you learn in your PD today? Now turn that into a post. Because if you're struggling with doing a post or putting up something motivational in your stories, you probably didn't do PD that day.
Or the
So,
other thing that I do too is I ask myself, like, what do I need to hear today?
mhm.
And sometimes that's just like, you're a badass, you got this. And sometimes it's like, you need more peace in your life. So like you need to let go of some anchors that you're carrying that aren't for you or something. You know what I mean? Like ask yourself, what do I need to hear today? And then like it's okay to coach yourself. I coach myself all day long, guys. But be
Mhm.
nice to yourself when you're coaching yourself.
Yes. Empower Her is one of my favorite podcasts. She used to be a Beachbody coach. She's so good. Her stuff is like maybe 20 minutes. Like I'm not about an hour long podcast. Ain't nobody got time for that. I want quick, short, to the point. I don't need to hear about your grandma's dog who died 5 years ago and all that kind of stuff. Like I just want tangible things. Okay. All right. Last but not least, recognition. So who are we recognizing? And I feel like this is something that's forgot about a lot. And I definitely still to this day, by the end of the day, I have to look back and be like, did I recognize anyone on my stories today? There is an immense amount of stuff that you guys can recognize. You're in all these groups, you're in all these chats, you're in the bot groups. There is so much that you can put up as far as recognition. You can recognize your own success. Maybe that was a non scale victory. Maybe that was a scale victory. Maybe that was something in your business. Child incoming. Oh, great. It's the little teen one. Yeah, I see you. Recognize the success of your team. So let's just say tomorrow, Tara is hitting Emerald. She'll be an Emerald tomorrow. I'm going to put up her Emerald post. My whole team could put up that and be like, one of our girls just hit Emerald. Like, how cool would that be? Um, our team is crushing Dig Deeper. Screenshot something in that thread, screenshot, just scrolling through of all the stuff we've talked about all day. Screenshot where someone, is giving themselves kudos. There is so much stuff. And then my suggestion too is when you take these screenshots, put them in a folder in your phone. So on those days when you don't want to, like, I don't know, you're sick with the flu. I don't know, you should have the flu, but I had the flu this year. We were sick for like 2 weeks. I didn't work out. I didn't do barely nothing. But your girl still had stories up. I had stories up of me drinking some hydrate. I was eating some bananas and I was still recognizing people because I had those screenshots and no one knows if they're from a year ago. They don't. Um, Recognize the success of your clients. So I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. You're like, I don't have any clients yet. It's it's my mom and my aunt twice disconnected that I don't talk to. And they're not in the group. Okay. Me and Shay have created these groups for a reason. These groups are there for you to use. Go in there, find a a badge that someone has earned. Go in there and see where someone has posted that, they've gotten up at 5 a.m. for 3 days in a row. Feel amazing. Use it to your ability because it's going to show people that it's not just you seeing results, that they're a part of something, that they are going to have FOMO if they're not a part of this. That's what all of this is about. Oh, yeah, that's my last bullet point. Create the FOMO. I didn't even know that. You want people to be like, I want to be a part of that. Because truly, the workouts are great, the nutrition's great, the supplements are great, but the community is what your business will thrive off of. I actually heard the girls that are on the top 10 trip, Michael is there with them, and he said last night that the community and the experiences are what run this business. Because at the end of the day, if you're not experiencing things out of your comfort zone, going places, traveling, doing stuff that you just never thought you would do. Some examples for me, if you're like, oh, I'm sure about Ashley. When you hit Success Starter with me, you get a gift card to Lululemon. I never shopped at Lululemon before this business. I literally walked in there, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing. Why are these pants $98? Things like traveling, stay home mom. I don't get to travel. Like, that's just not me. And I've been all over the place. I get to go to a fancy dinner. I get to have photo shoots. I get to go to Texas next month and hug Shay again. Like, these are all the things that are so important about the business, and that's what's going to keep you around. So do it. All right, business activity tracker. If you don't use it, please use it. There's so many different versions, and I will say that I do not like the new business activity tracker. I will be completely honest with you. I liked our old one, but it is there for you. So in your back office, this is the link. I'm going to copy that, but in your back office, in the coach office, there's a printable version, and then there's a one that you can actually like click on. Yes. Yeah. But let me see if I can. I'm gonna show you two others. Put that here. Okay. Y'all can see that, right? So this is the one that's in your back office that you can print out. So National Wake Up Call. Does everyone know what that is? Mondays at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is a live call that Body puts on in your Body's Partners app. Team call, that could be our Monday night one. It could be this one. Body Basics, I guess that's the app. And then this is literally the 4 things that I just talked about. It used to be more so the 4 things that I just talked about, but it's not anymore. But up here will be like, did you work out? Did you drink a shake? Did you contribute to your positive mindset? Look, there's 3 of them, right? 2 of them. 2. Can't count. Sorry. The start of your next group. What is it? What are you talking about? Have you posted about it? And then this kind of like walks you through like what to share on your stories every day if you're struggling with that. Filling up your inbox, initiating conversations and connections, inviting at least 2 people a day. I think that's a great goal. You can write down your 10 in play here. Respond to your new likes, comments, views on your post that you put up yesterday. Follow up with previous conversations and invites. I hope you have a way to track those. Maybe we should do a call on that, but our team call was about that on Monday, so just go watch that. Create Raven fans. Here's your recognition piece. Recognize achievements, support people making progress, check in, contribute, add value. Something else I will put in here. Just because the bod group is mine, like I created it, does not mean that you should not be in these groups loving on every single person that's in there. If you have enough people that you're like, well, I'm only going to go love on my people, then you need to run your own group. And I am not, tough love person, but these groups are ours. So we need to truly like get in the mindset of loving on all of our people. Upgrade to the team. So like inviting your clients to be partners, inviting to the opportunity, duplicating success, invite new partners to start the 10-step business plan. And then it has all these little boxes where you can put people's names, which I think is great. Now, if that is like kind of overwhelming for you, there's a couple of options. This one I actually bought from Jordan Thrasher. She's like my sister coach or whatever. She made this. So what are you currently inviting to? Your income goal, SE goal. Why this business? I think it's really important to think about these two things before you do inviting. And who do I want to help? Like explain that person. And then these are all like little check boxes that you can check off throughout the week. And then she does a really good job of like explaining everything on this. So I think it's really, really good for new partners, especially because she says like, who do I invite? People that watch your stories, people who like your posts, people who comment on your posts, your followers, literally type in AA, AB, AC, and just go down the list. Friends on your dirt list, and names compiled using the memory jogger. And then how do I make connections? I'm not going to read all this. But she has these little check marks, which I think is great. And it's very user friendly. So moving your body, sharing supplements, personal development, set follow-ups, add value, call to action, check into groups, follow new accounts, recognition, post a feed. I think that is 100% a perfect day right there. There's a lot of other things you can share, but this right here is all the business things that you should be sharing every day. And then there is this where you can write down names and handles and do notes. And then, because she's amazing, she literally has explained everything. So literally talking about ideas for groups, talking about income goals, SC goals, how to earn SC, inviting, making connections, like it's all explained. Each of those little boxes are explained. So I truly, if you're struggling with any of this, please just use this. I put it in the chat. And then this is one that I found a while ago. Hope it's still the same thing. It's very similar, but I feel like it's kind of messy. But maybe you like it better. It's the same concept and they give you tips. So just find a way that works for you, not the one that works for me. Maybe you like this one better. That's cool. Find one that works for you and stick with it. I know Shay was doing like 100 days of the BAT business activity record, where she was like completing it in full every single day. And I think that's a great idea.
I was gonna say too, you could totally laminate them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I laminate, so if we look at the one that Body sends, I would laminate the first page, and then the second page, I would honestly probably just keep a binder, or somewhere to put those, or move it from there to something online. But I use Teamsy, so I put all of my BAT stuff on as a somewhere I have to check off on Teamsy. But I don't know, there's something about checking something off that feels
Mm-hmm.
really nice.
If you're a checklist person,
Yeah.
super great. I have people too that like at the beginning of the year, they'll print out 52 of these pages and take it to Staples and get it bound. So it's like a little booklet. And that way you have one for every week of the year. But I think I put all those in the chat. I could be wrong. But does anyone have any questions about anything? Like it doesn't even have to be about this. Just want to make sure y'all don't have any serious questions. Took me so long to talk on my stories. I know you did so good though. And seriously, this made me think of something that may help you. If you're talking on your stories and you feel strange, think of it like you're on FaceTime with your bestie, and then think of it like you're explaining something to your grandma. I've heard that analogy a long time ago, and it's always stuck with me that if you get on your stories and you're like, hey, I did my BAT today because I wanted to hit SC with invites and connections, and then I did my PD because we have a team call, and then I'm going to go track on Teamsy. People will be like, what language did you just speak? Nobody knows any of that. Like, if your grandma was like, Shay, what are you up to today? Like, what would you tell her? You're not telling her you're sitting there on Teamsy completing your bat, right? Like when Tara hits Emerald tomorrow, she's gonna be like, I hit Emerald. I'm like, cool, what's that mean? So I will explain it as, I'll talk about her and then I'll say she hit the ground running. She hit a business goal. That is the first business goal. That is your first rank in the business. It's helping 2 people get started on their journey. She has now given herself a pay raise with a bunch of other goodies that come along with it. And people like, oh, that's cool, right? Instead of like, I hit Emerald. It doesn't mean anything to anyone. So explain it like you're talking to your grandma some days, because again, people follow me for 4 years and they still have no idea what I'm doing. Okay. Am I good? Any questions? Anything else? Nope. Okay. All right, guys.